All right, let's dive into the work of Nicola Armaroli.
Sounds good.
He's a researcher at CNR, and he co-authored the book Energia per l'astronave Terra, or Energy for Spaceship Earth, in English.
Yeah.
We're looking at some insights that he shared during a discussion at Radici Future 2024.
Okay.
And he had Barbara Nappini from Slow Food with him and Andrea Nardin, who's president of the province of Vicenza.
Cool. So, how are we going to power our planet in the future?
Right. Sustainably.
Sustainably. I like it.
So what I found really interesting is how Armaroli uses this whole spaceship analogy to really, set the scene, right?
Yeah.
He even brought up that super famous pale blue dot photograph of Earth.
Oh, yeah. The one taken from Voyager 1?
Yes.
Where, our planet is just this tiny speck
It's crazy.
out in the vastness of space.
It really makes you think about how finite Earth's resources actually are.
Yeah, totally. Being on an actual spaceship.
Exactly. And that's where he kind of flips the script on all those arguments against renewable energy.
Oh, right. The whole intermittency thing.
Yeah, like people saying it's not reliable. But Armaroli's point is that Earth already runs on intermittent energy from the sun.
Whoa, that's a really good point. I never thought about it like that.
Right. It makes you realize we've been conditioned to think of fossil fuels as the default.
When really, nature's been doing renewable energy forever.
Billions of years.
Billions.
It makes you think about how much our energy use has changed, too. Think about, a building from way back in the day, centuries ago.
Okay.
They hardly used any fossil fuels. They were relying on natural materials, simpler designs.
Right.
And then compare that to a modern building.
All the tech and everything.
Yeah, with all the energy-intensive materials and climate control systems and everything. It's a huge shift.
Totally. It really shows how dependent we've become on fossil fuels.
And that brings us to a big problem.
What?
Inefficiency. Armaroli mentioned that something like 80% of petroleum is just wasted as heat.
Seriously? 80%?
It's not being used for movement, it's just heat.
Wow.
Think about it, with your car.
Yeah.
So much of that gas is literally going up in smoke.
That's crazy. And that's not even considering the environmental impact.
Exactly. And it's happening in our homes, too. It's not just some abstract problem. It affects us all, our wallets, the environment.
Yeah, for sure.
And especially with climate change being so urgent, Armaroli makes a strong argument for switching to renewables.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He even mentioned that in Italy, there's something like 60,000 premature deaths every year
60,000?
because of bad air quality.
Wow.
And a lot of that's from car emissions and home energy use.
That's a scary thought. Really puts things into perspective.
It does, right? It makes you think. And then there's this analogy he uses, the tree in the savannah analogy.
Oh, I like a good analogy. Tell me about it.
So imagine you're in the savannah and there's a lion chasing you.
Yeah.
You're not going to stop and debate about which tree to climb, are you?
Nope, I'm climbing the closest one.
Exactly. You just climb the nearest one to survive.
Right.
And that's his point. We need to act now, using the technologies that we already have.
Like electric cars and heat pumps, things like that.
Exactly. And the best part is, Armaroli thinks we already have about 90% of the technology we need for this whole energy transition.
90%. That's actually really good news. It's not as hopeless as it sometimes feels.
Isn't it? It's actually pretty encouraging.
Definitely. It makes you feel like we can actually do this, we have the tools, we just need to use them.
Exactly.
It kind of shows how, everything's connected in this, right?
It really does. We're dealing with choices from the past, but we can still shape the future.
Right, exactly. And this is where the conversation got super interesting. Barbara Nappini, she's the president of Slow Food.
Yeah.
She brought up this whole ethical side to things. She was saying, the shift to more eco-friendly stuff isn't just about, economics.
Yeah.
Way bigger than that. It's about, survival,
Yeah.
and our responsibility to future generations.
That's a powerful statement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just money, but what's really at stake for everyone.
Yeah, totally. And she brought up this concept of loss and damage funding.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's basically about the richer countries taking responsibility for, how much they've contributed to climate change, historically, and giving financial support to developing nations so they can adapt to the impacts and switch to cleaner energy.
Yeah.
Think about it. The countries that, got the most benefits from using fossil fuels, they kind of have a bigger responsibility to help those now dealing with the consequences, right?
Yeah, it's like they didn't really contribute to the problem in the first place, but they're facing the impact now.
Exactly.
Makes you think about fairness, on a global scale. It's not just each country doing their own thing.
No, not at all.
We've got to work together so everyone has a fair shot at this transition. And then they went even deeper, talking about food production and the ethical questions there.
Right.
Nappini brought up the story of a migrant worker in Italy who died.
Oh, wow.
It was tragic. It shows the hidden human cost of our whole food system.
It's easy to forget about those things when you're just at the grocery store, Like,
Yeah.
where did this food actually come from?
Exactly.
And she brought up the huge food waste in developed countries compared to, like, the hunger problem globally.
Yeah.
It forces us to look at what we prioritize,
All right.
Is it all about efficiency and profits? Or is it about people and how resources are shared?
It's a big question. She's really challenging us to rethink things, isn't she?
Totally. She wants us to move past just the money part and embrace what she calls a logic of life.
Logic of life. I like that.
It's thinking about how our choices affect society and the environment.
Not just the bottom line.
Yep. And this brings us to a really important point. Technology can't fix this all by itself.
Right.
We need a whole bunch of things. Political will, social changes, and individual action.
It's all connected, right?
Yeah.
Our energy use affects our food, our social structures, the planet's health. Can't fix one thing in isolation.
No way. And Armaroli actually said, maybe a bit jokingly, that we should get psychologists and sociologists involved.
To deal with climate change denial.
Yeah.
I actually kind of agree with him. It's not just about facts.
Yep.
We need to understand why people are resistant to change and how to communicate the urgency of this, so it connects with them.
Right.
And sometimes humor helps with that.
Definitely. And to go back to Armaroli's personal experience, he talked about his grandfather's farm. It used to be full of different plants and animals, biodiverse, and now it's just one type of crop everywhere.
It's like that everywhere, right? Monoculture.
Yeah. It's a huge loss, not just a variety, but like a way of life, that connection to nature.
It's kind of sad when you think about it.
Yeah. It makes you wonder, if we have most of the technology we need, like Armaroli says, what's really stopping us?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right. Is it our leaders, big companies resisting change? Or is it us,
Yeah.
Like maybe we're just stuck in our ways, afraid to change things up.
Or a bit of everything.
Yeah, probably. But one thing's for sure, we can't just sit around and wait for someone else to fix this.
We can't, right. It's up to each of us. Making choices in our lives and speaking up to, those in power.
Exactly. And we got to acknowledge the progress we've made.
Yeah.
Having these conversations, renewable energy is getting more common.
Yeah.
People are more aware of sustainability. Those are good signs.
It's easy to get caught up in the negative, but there's good stuff happening too. And Armaroli shows us that individual action matters.
Yeah, like if he can achieve 81% energy independence at home,
81%. Right.
others can too.
Yeah.
It starts with small changes, being mindful in our daily lives and pushing for policies that make a difference.
Exactly. So as we keep going with Armaroli's ideas, I want to hear what solutions he has. We talked about this multifaceted approach, but what does that look like practically? What can we actually do to speed up this transition?
Great question. That takes us into the technical side of what Armaroli does. Well, he didn't get too deep into specific technologies, but he did say, we need to think bigger. It's not just swapping fossil fuels for renewables.
Right.
We got to redesign the whole energy system, make it more efficient, more resilient.
Yeah, I get that. It's more than just replacing one power source.
Exactly. He talked about needing smart grids, the ones that can balance supply and demand, work with all the different renewable sources, and let people manage their own energy use better.
So it's like a whole system, right?
Yeah.
You're thinking about the tech, but also the social, economic, environmental sides of it.
Absolutely. And he gave some cool examples of how this is already happening.
Oh, like what?
Remember when he was talking about getting 81% energy independence at home?
Yeah.
It wasn't just solar panels and batteries. He was talking about lifestyle choices too.
Right.
Making his home use less energy, better insulation, using appliances smarter, all that stuff.
So he's actually doing it, not just talking about it.
Exactly. And he said we could be even more independent if communities shared energy.
Oh, yeah, like those microgrid things.
Yeah. Imagine neighborhoods being their own little power grids, helping each other out.
That would be awesome. But wouldn't that be hard to coordinate?
He knows it's tough, but he's optimistic about the solutions coming up.
Like what?
Better batteries, smarter systems to manage the grid.
Okay.
And he even mentioned hydrogen.
Hydrogen for energy storage.
Yeah, it's early days, but the idea is you use extra renewable energy, like when it's super sunny, to make hydrogen, and you store that and then use it later to make electricity when people need it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But is that even possible?
It's being worked on. Storing and moving hydrogen safely is still tricky.
Right.
But Armaroli seemed pretty sure they're figuring it out.
So it sounds like he sees a future where our energy is, like, from lots of different sources and more resilient.
Yeah. But we also need to change how we think about energy.
What do you mean?
It's not just something we use, you know?
Yeah.
We got to be more involved in how we use it, more responsible.
So it comes back to individual action, right?
Exactly. We can't just wait for governments or companies to fix everything.
We can make our homes more efficient, choose green transportation, support the right policies.
All of that.
And just talking about this stuff with people, raising awareness.
I think that's a great place to wrap up. We've learned so much from Armaroli's views on this energy transition.
It's been really interesting, yeah. I hope everyone listening feels more informed and hopeful, too.
If you liked this, subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into all these big ideas.
And keep learning, keep asking questions, and keep working towards a better future.